In today's video, I thought I'd do something different, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to video one of my training sessions and just bring you along for the ride. So usually start off with 5 minutes of cardio with the intent to get my heart rate up to about 80% of my max. This is going to show me that I am feeling nice and warm. It's also going to reduce my warm-up time on the wall, saving skin and saving gripping energy as well. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit through the whole 5 minutes of cycling. We'll just be cutting to the next exercise right about now. And then another one of the more glamorous exercises is 5 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes of walking backwards on a treadmill. I've had some knee surgery in the past, and I find that this is one of the things that keeps it really healthy for me. So just that knee extension, keeping the quads nice and active. So what I do next is I focus on starting to get my shoulders warm with some banded external rotations. Do 10 to 20 of these, really squeezing my shoulder blades down and back. And then I move on to some external and internal rotation work, doing both out from the shoulder at shoulder height. I do about 5 or so of these, and then backwards as well. And then I come down to my side and I do in across the body as well, and external. I'm only doing about 5 or so of each of these, just to make sure that everything's nice and awake and feeling good. And then I do a few more of the no monies, just until my shoulders start feeling warm. They get a little bit of a burn going on in them. It's just making sure that those rotator cuffs are nice and warm. And some scat pull-ups. Just working on getting those shoulders nice and packed, keeping my core tight, my glutes tight, so everything's nice and stable there. And then moving on to some straight leg dig bugs, keeping my spine nice and flat on the floor, and lowering opposite arm, opposite leg. One of the best exercises, I reckon, for warming up your core and keeping these high steps and your hip flexors nice and active and integrated with your core. Do about 5 or 10 of these each side. Then we just got one of these wooden pinch blocks, and I do a narrow pinch here and just making sure my thumb stays nice and center. Just working on those intrinsic hand muscles. A bit worried that the doing this video is going to be quite boring. It is just me. This is the first time I've tried it, so just have to see how it goes, and hopefully you all survive through it as well. So the next stage for me is just finishing off my hand warm-up. I cycle through full crimp, half crimp and open hand, just taking a little bit of load on it, similar to the no hangs protocol. So just coming on, full crimp, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then half crimp, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then open hand, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just cycling through these 3 to 5 times, making sure that I'm just getting all these hand positions awake and ready to go. My first few boulders, I usually focus on accurate hands and feet, just to make sure that I've got my hand-eye and foot-eye coordination in. And then my next few boulders, I focus on a bit more on fluidity and ownership of positions. So usually I'll contrast, or I feel like I can flow through moves, I'll flow through them. If I don't feel like I can flow, I really focus on like being strong through my hands and my feet, just to control those body positions a little bit better. And then the last few boulders, focusing on different hold types and different wall angles as well. And then we sneak in a few harder boulders. So today's workout is going to be 3x3s followed by some one-arm lock-offs. I'm going to attempt this pink boulder first, 3 laps on it with as much rest as I need between each. This is attempt number 2. I had about 10-15 minutes rest between that and the last one because I've been climbing on the spray board for the last wee while, and it's slopers and I got really pumped. So I'll give it another shot. So it turns out I was a bit of a goober and didn't read my program properly. So we're going to shorten up this rest a little bit. Supposed to have 3 minutes rest between each attempt. This boulder might be a little bit tricky, but I think I can do it. Trusty banana in my 5-minute rest between climbs so I don't die. Gonna have a bit of constructive procrastination here and give this one a good brush because I am pumped out of my tree. This boulder is a proper steep overhanging boulder as well. The whale tail underneath is about 65, 70, 75 degrees somewhere, like it's quite steep. The difference being that the last boulder was all open-handed slopey stuff, and this one here is quite a bit more crimpy. To be honest, a little bit hesitant to put this one in. I found it quite hard to do when I originally did it. And I am still very pumped from the last boulder, so I think I can do it. We're just gonna have to try hard and see how it goes. Really struggled with the hand flip there. Everything felt really, really slippery. Lap number 2.
It could be. It might be one of those toys, whichever way you
want. Just missing a little bit of height there, and nothing left in the shoulders to recoup that effort. I think actually in a bit of hindsight, it was probably a lack of commitment on the yellow. I knew I felt a little bit tired. So I just undershot or didn't commit completely to the Gaston move, which is why I missed it. And I mean, that's part of this fatigue training, is trying to work out which moves you undercommit to and making sure that your head is in the right place, no matter how you're feeling. So hopefully the banana carries me through these next 2 laps on this one. The last couple of boulders have really had quite a lot of pull in them. So this one here is about 25 degrees overhang maybe on the Morpho shields, and so a bit more tension based rather than pulley hardy, but we'll see how we go. Just about slipped off that attempt too. Missed the balance point a little bit. I'm not sure whether I captured it or not, but something I really like to do in between each attempt is give the holds a really good brush. Using this as an opportunity to check how accurate I am with my hand and my foot placements. If your holds are clean brushed every time and you've got chalky hands, you'll see where your fingers are hitting. So for instance, a common mistake that I personally make on these shields is I go too deep on them. So I'll hit the back of the shield and then you can see where my fingers like slide down and then hit the lip. So next time I'm going to focus on just trying to be a little bit more accurate with my hand and foot placements and hopefully eliminate some of those movements. Yes! Woo! Slipped off the finish hold, which is a good sign that that climb was right at my limit. We're going to head into the gym now. After a bit of a rest, let the forearms depump and get into some one-arm lock-off. So now we're going to move into some one-arm lock-off training. on the barbell. It's supposed to be shoulder hard, not really too fingery hard. I always jump on the scales before doing one arm lock off or pull up or hangboard training, just because I want to know what body weight I'm at, and then I can adjust my weight so I get a progressive overload. So the other day I did this at 92.5 kilos with a 1.25 kilo weight, so a total of 94.25 kilos. And then today I weigh 91 kilos, so I'm going to go with a 3 kilo weight just to make sure that I'm still in that 94 kilo range. Actually, I'm going to add like a little block into my pocket, so I'm just 94.5 kilos, and just keep that progressive load going. We're going to do 3 sets of 90-degree lock-offs and then 3 sets of 120 arm. And a little life hack here, if you grab the clamps for the barbells, you can just hook them through the holes like this so they stand up, and then you can just chuck your phone on there with a timer and they'll stand up. And the best thing about this is that they're at like that head height kind of height as well. Cool. Now we're going to have 2 minutes rest. That one was hard. That's okay. Yep, another 2 minutes rest. Thought a change in angle would be good for the face shots of trying hard. Cool, we're going to have a couple of minutes rest now, and then we're on to the 120-degree arm. So we're going to go on to 120-degree arm hangs now, and this is definitely a weaker position, or I should say a less strong position for me, because we don't have any strengths and weaknesses, we've got strengths and greater strengths. Just oh, yes. Two hangs to go, and then I can eat my second sandwich. Always start a training session with a sandwich and always finish a training session with a sandwich. It's the secret. It's the secret. Pro tip. Yeah. Meat and some form of protein and salad. So you could have hummus if you're vegetarian persuasion, hummus and falafel and veggies in a sandwich, or meat and veggies in a sandwich. It's a good balance of life, and sandwiches are amazing. The tricky part is learning to relax the bits that you're not using. Like your face. Yeah. For those of you that survived watching this video, thank you very much for watching all the way through. If you do enjoy this content, please chuck us a like and subscribe, and it'll help us get more content out to you. Thank you.